Hello everybody, and yes, the third part of chocolate making, and today I'm going to be making orange chocolate, and so I'm going to make a slab and then some little chocolate sweets like I did with the peppermint. I'm going to get my hands washed and we will get cracking. Okay, so here we are. I've got all the same ingredients out as before. My cacao butter, okay, which is already here, and so that's 100 grams of cacao butter. Now I actually counted out the buttons, or wafers as they call them, and there's approximately 43 wafers there, so that's actually 101 grams. So just so that you know, got 6 heaped, rounded sort of heaped tablespoons of my cocoa powder, which is already sipped. I've got my maple syrup, my salt, and of course my doTERRA wild orange. So let's get the gas on and turn it down to a sensible level and put my butter in to start melting. Okay, now like I said before, I like just checking the gas. You can use the shop bought food flavourings, but like I've said before, they can give you a slightly different flavour, and also you're going to need a lot more. I know that doTERRA, and especially the wild orange, is safe for me to use internally. Okay, if you use a different brand of essential oil, you must check that it is safe. All right, now not all of the even doTERRA, not all of the oils are safe to use internally, so it is really important to check the different oils that you're going to be using. But I know that this is going to be safe, and I just love the smell of wild orange, and orange is the oil of joy and abundance, or I call it the divine oil, and it's a very uplifting oil, but I find it's also very calming as well. And sometimes if I'm very frustrated, I just open my bottle of orange and I just take in a good sniff, hold it up to my nose, take in a good sniff, and it really helps me feel relaxed. Okay, so back to the cocoa butter. So you can see it's starting to melt away nicely here. Okay, and you know, my previous little video was peppermint oil. So really it is very similar, the making process. Okay, and it's just about how much oil I'm going to be putting in, and you know, just experiment with the different flavors, because the next little series of chocolate making I'm going to be working on is about adding other ingredients into a flavoured chocolate. So we're going to be looking at using crystalline root ginger with lemon oil, glacé cherries with, oh, it's going a bit vigorously there, glacé cherries with black pepper, which work really nicely. And then later on, keeping your chocolate liquid and then using it to dip in. So for example, the cheese straws are lovely dipped into black pepper chocolate and also ginger chocolate, and of course strawberries and raspberries, you know, blackberries, blueberries, they're all great for dipping into chocolate as well. So we're just going to wait for this to melt, and then we can move on to the next stage. And as you can see, I've got my tray ready with my baking parchment in, because I'm going to make a slab. And then I've also got my little mould ready, so something slightly different. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the gas off now, because that will finish off, and get a cloth ready to protect my work surface, to put the jug on, and just take that out, move that out of the way. Okay, so there we go, beautiful, beautifully melted cacao butter. So I'm going to add my 6 rounded tablespoons of cacao powder and give it a good stir in. Now, like I've said before, you can use a whisk to speed the process along a little bit, but I actually find that it melts in very, very nicely, because it's so warm. And also, the more utensils you use, the less chocolate you're going to have at the end of the day. And the last 2. Okay, lovely. Give it a nice, keep mixing it in. And now I'm going to put my salt in, so 3 squidges of salt. There we go. Give that a good stir in. And now my maple syrup. So, like I've said before, I use 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and it's between 2 and 4, all depending on the taste that you're trying to achieve. So it's very, very personal. And another good stir in. And then to add my wild orange. Okay, now again, it's down to personal taste. I like quite a strong flavour. I'm going to start off with 4 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Stir it in. Oh, that's smelling gorgeous. And then I'm just going to test it. Okay. And even though it's, oopsie, even though it smells so nice, I'm going to add 2 more in and see how that is. Because like I said, I like quite a strong flavour. And again, give it another test. Oh, that's tasting a lot better. But again, I'm going to add another 2 drops. So that's 8 drops I'm putting in. Okay, pop the lid on so don't waste any. And the same with my maple syrup in case it gets knocked over. Okay then. And now I'm going to pour it into my mould. Well, actually no, I'm going to pour some in my little jug, because this jug, this big glass jug, isn't such a great pourer. And I don't want to lose it all over my tray. And you can see how lovely and molten it is. Ooh. Okay, perfect, and we've got some left. So now I'm going to use the rest to make a slab. Okay, so I'm just going to scrape the excess off with my spatula and waste none of it, or very, very little. And then again. And the reason why I have a piece of baking paper in is because it just makes it so much easier for taking the chocolate out afterwards. Okay, and I always try and keep a lip on the baking parchment so that when you move it around a bit near the edge there, you're not going to lose it into the rest of the tray. So we have now a tray of chocolate treats and a slab of chocolate, and that is all ready to go into the fridge. And we're going to leave it in the fridge for at least an hour, because the chocolate treats are really quite thick and you're going to need a lot more time for them to be nice and firm and nice and cold, so that you don't lose the lovely pattern on the bottom of your chocolates. So I will see you shortly. So welcome back. Now this orange chocolate has been in the fridge overnight because I've been busy. So my slab of chocolate I am going to put in a bag. I've already labelled it so that I can use it for another time. So I'll put that to one side. And then here are my little chocolate treats that I'm going to pop out and put onto my favourite little chocolate dish, and hopefully, oh look how beautiful that is. I hope you can see it as well. And the great thing about this mould is that there's a nice variety of different floral designs. I tend to put the different flavours in the different moulds so that it's easy for people to distinguish what flavours are what. Okay, now you can arrange it how you like. I like to decorate my plate, and today what I've got is I've got nasturtium leaves and nasturtium flowers. Now you might be wondering why I've picked these out of my garden. Well, they are edible, and if you haven't tasted them before, they are really, really peppery. And so I think the pepper and the orange is going to go really nicely together. And then the same with the flowers as well. And then when you get to where the nectar is in the bottom here, they taste so sweet. And you know, these are great in salads as well. So you can just decorate. This is probably not the best shape, so I won't use that. Just decorate your dish. You can always place them on there if you want as well to make a contrast, and put your flowers in as well, and just play around with the sort of decoration that you want. You can always just take the leaves off so that you can get them very flat. Now, if you're taking anything out of the garden like this, always check for creepy crawlies with nasturtiums. They tend to be underneath here, the little green fly and the little eggs, so make sure that you give them a good wash. I did dunk them in a bowl of water, and also the flowers as well. I got on one of these, I got a little black bug right in there in the stamens, which really didn't want to come out, and you don't really want to present that to your friends when you are offering your beautiful chocolates. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you here. Happy chocolate making, and I'll be back soon with another alternative for you. Have a great day. Bye bye.